What is going on, Eagles Nation? Happy Tuesday. Steve Hellmann here alongside Tom Aresco, Views from the Link TV. Yeah, off season, some news happened yesterday. Victor Cruz getting cut, you know.
Rashad Jennings as well. That's some NFC East news for you. So the Giants trimming cap.
Yeah.
They probably feel, this is their last chance with Eli Manning. They know the time's getting close.
Window's closing.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to go make some splash signings like they did last year on defense.
Yeah.
To complement the Giants' offense. They have a bad offensive line, which is really the problem. Even worse than the Eagles. And they're going to have to try to fix that, but that's probably going to be through the draft. So they're thinking, Victor Cruz, obviously Sterling Shepard is a monster.
Yeah.
So they have two good receivers there. They maybe add a third, and then Rashad Jennings is their lead running back. And rumors about Adrian Peterson ending up with them came out before they came out about him wanting to go to Dallas. So looks like the NFC East could be a very, very likely destination for good old Adrian Peterson, and you can see the Giants add something huge there. They also have young running back Paul Perkins, but this is not a Giants show. It's an Eagles show. I could break down all 31 teams, including the Eagles is 32.
You have that capability.
I have the capability.
You are the man to do so.
I could break them down. I would be the man to do that, but I do want to go right into the birds.
We're not going to do the birds.
No one wants to hear about that.
But you did write some articles. Two articles yesterday for the blog, so we're gonna get that back circulating for you guys, some content out there.
Yeah, watch out.
It's a lot easier to do these articles in the off season, and during the season, it's all crazy. And we have the videos for the season to break it down. But the articles will give you guys a little extra,
insight into what I think's gonna happen and what we really think's gonna happen to this team, and what are the best moves going forward. So check that out. It's ViewsFromTheLincTV.wordpress.com. August 1st last year I wrote an article just shutting it down and saying that this isn't the end, but for now it's goodbye. And came back and wrote a couple articles start out the week, and I'm going to try to get an article a week and see what we can do there. But go check them out. That made the case for Dalvin Cook. You guys all know that I love Dalvin Cook, and he's a good player, and a lot of people on Twitter agree with me. And then there's a couple people that really don't agree with me. And they talk about next year's draft class of running backs. They talk about the later round running backs this year, and it's like, it's almost just like, why? It's like they're just trying to get away from Dalvin Cook, who's just as good as any of the guys.
And that's not the case. He's an elite talent.
Yeah,
he's a prospect. You gotta get You gotta pay a first round.
There's always going to be guys in the future that are coming out. If the kid from Penn State, Saquon Barkley, if he was coming out this year and Dalvin Cook was coming out next year, and I wanted Saquon Barkley as the 14th overall pick in the draft for us, people will be saying the same thing. They'd be saying, why get Barkley when you can get a guy like Dalvin Cook or whoever else is coming out next year? So it's almost like people look, if you want to name all the running backs next year, you might have to take one of them in the first round. So it's like, if you like one of them better, then fine. But if Dalvin Cook's sitting right there for us to take, I don't see.
If he's at 14, there's no reason why you pass up on him.
I don't see a reason why you pass up on a talent like that. And obviously we have other needs, but we're going to have the same needs, or we're not going to be able to fill all the needs. I think I said that in one of the articles. This offseason,
it's not realistic. You have 4 pretty glaring needs,
and then you're going to have more next year when guys get old and start to leave the team and get worse and things like that. So you never know what your needs are going to be on a year-to-year basis. You really don't. So you have to plug the needs that you have now, so that when the future holes open up, you can get something there. So if you sit here and say, oh, don't get Dalvin Cook because he's a running back, get some in the first round, get someone later or whatever, then what if you get someone later and they're not that good? So then you have the same problem next year. So then that will cut into whatever need you have. Or if you do get Dalvin Cook, you secure running back, say he is good, he's a running back. Okay, next year you might need D-end and something else, so then you can focus on that. So just, if you have a player that can be an immediate impact player, just take him, especially in the first round. That's what you want, a guy that can step on the field and handle, 20 to 25 touches on offense. People are talking about O.J. Howard, and he's, a tight end. He would catch what? 5-6 balls a game, and that's being very generous. That would be a great year if he could catch 5-6 balls a year, and that's 5 plays, and you might get a big player too. But if you get a guy like Dalvin Cook, he's 25 touches right there.
Yeah, and that's what you need. You need someone that can handle the rock, not get hurt, I'll fumble it, and that's your guy.
Yeah.
You know, he can pass block, he can catch passes.
Ryan Matthews
do the whole thing.
Looking really good last year when he was healthy and running the ball in rhythm and things like that. When he was our lead back, saw it against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Saw it against the Giants when we used the run game the second time. You know, the offense can look really lethal at times. Yeah. And that's just with guys filling holes simply because the offense is moving like a professional unit.
Yeah.
Lane Johnson's there, Brandon Brooks is there, Jason Peters. You know, that's 3 guys right there that were ranked inside of PFF's top 10 linemen in their position.
That's crazy,
so that's 3 of, you know, Brandon Brooks was the 4th guard.
Mm-hmm.
Lane and Peters were 9 and 8 at tackle.
Yeah.
So
impressive.
I mean, you have guys, you have the talent on the line. You need to get guys for right now. I mean, we can talk about, you know, moving on from Peters and Kelsey a little bit later, but right now you have the guys on the line that can block, that can create holes. Dalvin Cook is a guy you can plug right in, and he can carry the load. Yeah. Now look, if they land the gem in the 4th round, out of all the guys that are out there, if they pick the one guy and he turns out to be a stud, I'm all for it, because then you can go something else first, and hopefully that guy's good too.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, adding weapons throughout the draft. Maybe we land the 4th round corner that's a gem too. So you can't just designate the gem pick to one position. You know, so at the end of the day, you just have to add impact players and go about it in a way where you think you can get, you know, guys that are going to be talented and good at the next level.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I think, you know, what stands out, obviously, there's no dynamic playmakers on the offense besides Wentz. So and in the other positions on the Eagles, whether it's defensive tackle, linebacker, offensive line, you know, defensive safeties, you know, you have guys. You know, those positions aren't complete yet, but you have some very good players there. You know, obviously Fletcher Cox, Jordan Hicks, you know, Malcolm Jenkins. So you have some great players there, and then you have Zach Ertz on tight end. You have some good offensive linemen. Yeah. So you have a few holes to fill on those units, but you have to fill wide receiver, because that's the one position where, and running back, where you have no playmakers. Maybe we don't get any good corners this year, right? Yeah. You know, but we have some good secondary. We have nothing to help Wentz. Absolutely nothing. And you have to get him something this offseason. And that's all what this should be about. That's number 1 priority. Is get the man some weapons.
And you can never have too many weapons.
Exactly. You never can. And I think that's really the issue here. Is like everyone's like, hey, well, we'll just like get, you know, we'll just get like corners and we'll get like a tight end. And it's like, no, it's like those are like luxury picks right now. You need to get him playmakers for him to succeed.
Yeah, it's absolutely the truth.
Yeah. You saw what he could do with garbage last year. Get this guy, this guy Jeffrey, get this guy, you know, get him Dalvin Cook, whatever you can do.
Yeah.
This is the time.
Get him a couple weapons at every position unit, at receiver, at running back, the ones you really don't have answers at, and then, you know, there's always good tight ends throughout the drafts. There's always, you know, we have a pretty good tight end. There's always, you know, good corners here out there, but immediately what you need to identify weapons for your quarterback, and that's, you know, something that teams like the Rams failed to do with Sam Bradford in his young days, and it's something that, I mean, there's a bunch of quarterbacks. Derek Carr, David Carr, the Texans quarterback, came in, was the most sacked quarterback of all time, I think.
Yeah, because he got drafted first by the expansion team, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's just a brutal situation. You don't want to be the quarterback to open up the expansion team with no one.
Rookie, and he had no one. So, it was just.
But I think what the great thing is the Eagles saw what could have been with McNabb, but they would have got him some weapons faster, and I just don't think they're going to squander this opportunity away. And I think they look at Alshon Jeffrey and like, oh, that's our T.O. right there. Yeah. I mean, he's not
he's not
going to be a T.O.,
but never going to be a T.O. He's not trying to say that, but you get what he's saying.
Yeah, that's the guy that Wentz needs to be.
26 years old, turning 27.
Yeah.
T.O. was 30 when we got him, so it was pretty crazy how good he still was.
Well, that was
he would have been the best receiver in the league now, but at the end of the day, it's true. He's a big body receiver that can get open, beat one-on-one, and make big catches, and that's what you need. And if you get Wentz, a guy like that, before Wentz is even in his prime, you know, you start paving the way for, you know, a good line of weapons for the next, 10, 15 years.
And to me, the cost, it is what it is you're we're going to get this quilt down here. You're talking on the, but we're probably good. But the thing is, and Alshon Jeffrey is so rare to hit free agency.
It is.
I know he's at the PD section, but like you just have to go get him at all. You got to pay 14 mil. Well, okay, so like we'll pay him 14 mil, or you can have like Pierre Garçon for 8.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just pay?
Or Jason Peters and Jason Kelsey for 14 mil.
Yeah, it's like why wouldn't you just like get it? It's like
do anything you can to get a guy like that. You have to. There's not going to be a guy to hit free agency that's like this ever again. Like, it just doesn't happen. You know, it's a unique, rare situation where a potential all-pro stud.
Yeah.
I mean, he was borderline a superstar a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he was up there. People.
I think if he played for a good team that actually got like primetime games, they would view him as a superstar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see what he can do. I mean, I remember people. There was actually a guy in my fantasy league that like won it a couple times. Really good fantasy player.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2013 and 14, he had Alshon Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
It was the keeper league, and I remember the one year at the draft, he said his favorite player in the NFL was Alshon Jeffrey. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He was like, that guy's a monster. He just goes up and gets the ball, and then
that's what he does.
2 years later, because he had a couple down years with terrible quarterback play and an injury, and then the suspension, obviously, he had a couple of that. He needs a change of scenery.
Yeah.
He would be considered one of the best receivers in football if he had Carson Wentz throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
Because he can make the plays that guys like Jordan Matthews and DGB can't. So.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. There's our pitch on
Alshon
Jeffrey. Yeah, those are the guys.
Funny, I tweeted out a poll today. A poll, I dive in it. A poll today, and it had free agent wide receiver free agent draft duos, and it was like wide receiver running backs, and then there was a wide receiver corner. So it was Alshon and Cook, Kenny Britt, and I'm obviously.
Well, you know what? You had me at Cook and Alshon.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I knew we'd pick.
Is that
Alshon Lattimore and like Kenny Stills, D Jackson, Corey Davis.
What got the most votes?
The Alshon Jeffrey and Dalvin Cook. That's just impossible to pass up. It's just a lethal combo.
Yeah.
And it was Kenny Britt and Mike Williams from Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Stills and Marshawn Lattimore, the first right corner, and then D Jackson, Corey Davis, and then Alshon and Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
I take Alshon and Dalvin Cook. That's my pitch, and you heard it here first. That's our all-season wish list.
There it is. It's short, it's sweet, but it's what we need. So we will see you guys later in the week for Bird Buzz. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day, actually, my birthday. But so I just kind of do my own thing on Valentine's Day. It's pretty great.
It's good.
But so you guys enjoy yourself. Have a good Valentine's Day, and we'll see you around.